Ah, geez, guys, gals, hope you're all doing well. Drinking some water, drinking some coffee, drinking some other things. That's totally up to you. Welcome back to the show. Hope you're all having a great day so far. Definitely need your feedback on this one, as do, well, one of the Call of Duty League teams, that being Toronto Ultra. Yes, tons of news out there yesterday, most of it fake on April Fools, which is a terrible day to actually have some legitimate news happen, which happened for the Toronto Ultra, members of the Call of Duty League, and one of their pro players, that being Cammy, has now been given a fine. He will be forced to give a donation to a local shelter, and alongside that participate in sensitivity training, all for the use of the word, the hard C word, which I'm not going to say because of monetary situations here in the video, as well as I'm an American. It is kind of an offensive word here, and I'm also, I don't say bad words, and my mom watches the videos, but a debatable word at that, and especially because the responses I'm going to share with all of you, I am curious, do you guys think this offense and this tweet, of which he did say the word a couple nights ago and Toronto Ultra caught on, is that tweet worth giving a donation to a local shelter and being put through sensitivity training? By the way, yes, he's not an American, he's a Scottish man himself, and it's a weird one because this word, you know, here in America, I've been taught and raised, this is how I've been taught and raised, this is a bad word. If Cammy would have gone up to my mother and said the hard C, or used it in a derogatory way towards my mother, I would have said, all right, put him up, mother fricker. But he didn't. He did not use it in a derogatory way, in an offensive way. In my opinion, it was not used in that manner. It was used casually, like many people around the world do outside of America. And so this punishment to many people out there, and the responses which we'll go through now, was pretty severe for the circumstance. As we have people like Frosty and Courage and many other pros and Taro, alongside, of course, we have tons of replies to CDL Intel and their tweet to this. Attach had one too many beers. I had no freaking clue what he was trying to say, but I imagine he's on Cammy's side. We got Silly joking around very clearly. Octane joking around. London Royal Ravens, their strategic coach, talks on the way, you know, they might use this language. We got Blast talking about how sensitive people need to get off the internet. We got Arcides and a ton of Call of Duty pros clearly joking and mocking and kind of coming off like they're on Cammy's side. It's an unfortunate all-around circumstance, which I will say, from the org standpoint, right? You're based in Toronto. Here in North America or America in general, this word is perceived as, it's kind of a naughty word, right? You don't see kids or adults going around and tossing it in their casual language, but when context does matter, the way he did use it, in my opinion, was not offensive, was not derogatory. It was kind of a casual. That is obviously a more common tongue in his language than it is here for us in America. So if context were to matter, at least where I come from, is this punishment was pretty harsh for the circumstance. I would have liked to see, and I'm not saying I am right here, but this is the kind of thing where it's a tweet. And I hope, I don't even know which part I hope though. I imagine because he tweeted and eventually did delete that tweet shortly thereafter, I wonder if it was Toronto Ultra, you know, having issue with it, or was it a random complaint out there? I wonder who really took offense by this and actually forced this to become an issue. These are one of the things where I would prefer the tweet gets deleted, and these are where behind the scenes maybe you warn your player, hey, we understand that's a part of your common language, right? Where you're from and, you know, how you talk, that obviously to you does not mean anything offensive, but where you're based and where you compete out of, it's an offensive term. Let's just not use it publicly on social media. You know, you can keep on saying it in your comms if need be, but when it comes time for publicly, let's just not do that. I think where you take it a step further, all of a sudden you slap on a fee, donating to a local shelter, and sensitivity training for something clearly to him that is not sensitive whatsoever. It's where we've really fallen into this hairy area of what do you punish players for and what is just not worth a punishment at all. And I think it's a great discussion to have. Now, I have reached out to Toronto Ultra for more details on the amount of that donation, as well as the details of the sensitivity training. They did respond late last night. I didn't get back to them on time. So if you guys want those future details, I will share them with all of you. A Call of Duty pro known as Cammy has now been somewhat fined and issued sensitivity training for the use of the hard C. What do you guys think about this? crazy. It's just like, yes, it reminds me of FaZe Clan when they had their sensitivity training for one of their members, but that was for a racial slur. It also kind of reminds me, oddly enough, of, you remember Overwatch League when they were fining players who typed in chat, fined $1,000 by the way, when they typed big dick and sex in the team chat and it was seen on the broadcast? It kind of reminds me of these moments where I'm really trying to understand where the org is coming from, and I think I do, but I'm also seeing the reverse side of this, the utter backlash out there because of the punishment for something that seems to be, by a lot of eyes out there, just not really that severe. What do you guys think? Until next time, take a sip for me, all right? Stay hydrated. We got lots of crazy stuff happening. I cannot wait to talk about it with all of you. Until then, take care. I'll see you back here sometime soon. Ta-ta.